Stulecie, które wydało myślicieli tej miary, co Husserl i Bergson, Wittgenstein i Heidegger, Ricoeur i Levinas. Zdawałoby się, że ta sekwencja wielkich jest zamknięta. Któż mógłby równać się z nimi? Tymczasem na liście obecności wielkich tego stulecia nie może zabraknąć Jacques'a Derridy.
Excusez-moi, je vous ai même pas dit bonjour, hein, mais c'est un peu difficile aujourd'hui.
Good evening. Later on tonight's Late Show, we look at the French philosopher Jacques Derrida, founder of the post-structuralist mode of analysis known as deconstruction, and internationally acknowledged by many as one of the most innovative and inspiring of contemporary philosophers.
Bon, j'ai la clé, alors tu fermes si tu veux. Vous me suivez alors, hein? Quand on arrivera devant chez le coiffeur, moi, il y a un parking. Je vais voir avec le coiffeur comment on s'arrange pour la voiture, tout ça.
Il est né à Elbiard, près d'Alger. Jacques Derrida est aujourd'hui célèbre et son nom circule sur les 5 continents. Il devint une sorte de foudroyage de la pensée à la manière des mineurs qui font sauter les poutres de l'échafaudage qui soutient une galerie au fond de la mine.
En général, j'essaie de distinguer entre le futur et l'avenir. Le futur, c'est ce qui, demain, tout à l'heure, le siècle prochain, deviendra, ce qui est deviendra. Donc, il y a le futur des programmes, le futur prévisible, predictable, programs, prescriptions, tout ce qui, en quelque sorte, peut être scheduled, donc prévu. Et l'avenir, je préfère le mot avenir, to come, parce que ça se réfère à quelqu'un qui vient, à ce qui vient et qui, venant, arrivant, n'est pas prévisible. Et pour moi, c'est ça, le vrai futur, qui est unpredictable. L'autre qui vient sans que je puisse même l'attendre d'une certaine manière, sans que je puisse m'y attendre. Donc s'il y a du vrai futur, au-delà du futur, c'est l'avenir, il est la venue de l'autre, là où je ne peux pas le prévoir.
I'm hard-headed, and I'm prideful. And I want to apologize clear back to when I hit you the first time. I love you, sissy.
I love you too.
I spent a lifetime looking for you. Single bars and good time lovers were never true. Playing a fool's game, hoping to win, and telling those sweet lies and losing again. I was looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love in too many faces, searching their eyes, looking for traces of what I'm dreaming of, hoping to find a friend discover another heart looking for love. And I was alone then, no love in sight. And I did everything I could to get me through the night. Don't know where it started or where it might end. I turned to a stranger, just like a friend. I was looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love in too many faces, searching their eyes, looking for traces of what I'm dreaming of. Hoping to find a friend and a lover. I bless the day I discover another heart looking for love. You came knocking my heart's door. You're everything I've been looking for. No more looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for love in too many faces, searching their eyes, looking for traces of what I'm dreaming of. Now that I found a friend and a lover, I bless the day I discovered you. Oh, you, looking for love in all the wrong places, in too many faces, searching their eyes, looking for traces of what I'm dreaming of. Now that I found a friend and a lover.
Have you ever been in psychoanalysis yourself?
No,
Would you ever consider it?
no. Absolutely excluded.
Could you characterize any traumatic breaks in your own life?
Yeah, there has been, yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
No, again, I won't be able to. No. 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 No.
It is a regular observation that when you talk to an individual and this individual gives you insight into its inner preoccupations, interests, emotions, in other words, hands over his personal complexes, then you get slowly and nilly-willy into the situation of a sort of authority, yes. A point of, you become a point of reference. You know you are in possession of all the important items in a person's development. Now you see, that creates an emotional relationship to the analyst. And that is what Freud called the transference. Yes. Which is a central problem of analytic psychology. It is just so as if these people had handed out their whole existence, and that can have very peculiar effects upon the individual. Either they hate you for it or they love you for it. Yeah.
Well, how do you think you're gonna get there?
I got a thumb. I got a middle finger.
Oh, come on, sissy.
Look, Bud, you hit me.
I didn't hit you that hard. You don't know what hard is.
If people observe their own unconscious tendencies in other people, this is called a projection. Political agitation in all countries is full of such projections, just as much as the backyard gossip of little groups and individuals. Projections of all kinds obscure our view of our fellow men, spoiling its objectivity, and thus spoiling all possibility of genuine human relationships. And there is an additional disadvantage in projecting our shadow. If we identify our own shadow with, say, the communists or the capitalists, a part of our own personality remains on the opposing side. The result is that we shall constantly, though involuntarily, do things behind our own backs that support this other side, and thus we shall unwittingly help our enemy. If, on the contrary, we realize the projection and can discuss matters without fear or hostility, dealing with the other person sensibly, then there is a chance of mutual understanding, or at least of a truce. Whether the shadow becomes our friend or enemy depends largely upon ourselves. The shadow is not necessarily always an opponent. In fact, he is exactly like any human being with whom one has to get along, sometimes by giving in, sometimes by resisting, sometimes by giving love, whatever the situation requires. The shadow becomes hostile only when he is ignored or misunderstood. Sometimes, though not often, an individual feels impelled to live out the worst side of his nature and to repress his better side. In such cases, the shadow appears as a positive figure in his dreams. But to a person who lives out his natural emotions and feelings, the shadow may appear as a cold and negative intellectual. It then personifies poisonous judgments and negative thoughts that have been held back. So whatever form it takes, the function of the shadow is to represent the opposite side of the ego and to embody just those qualities that one dislikes most in other people. It would be relatively easy if one could integrate the shadow into the conscious personality just by attempting to be honest and to use one's insight. But unfortunately, such an attempt does not always work. There is such a passionate drive within the shadowy part of oneself that reason may not prevail against it. A bitter experience coming from the outside may occasionally help. A brick, so to speak, has to drop on one's head to put a stop to shadow drives and impulses. At times, a heroic decision may serve to halt them, but such a superhuman effort is usually possible only if the great man within, the self, helps the individual to carry it through. The fact that the shadow contains the overwhelming power of irresistible impulse does not mean, however, that the drive should always be heroically repressed. Sometimes the shadow is powerful because the urge of the self is pointing in the same direction, and so one does not know whether it is the self or the shadow that is behind the inner pressure.
Just leave me alone.
Fine, forget it.
Fine, forget it.
That's fine with me. See if I care. Fine.
Oh, shit. She's still pissed off.
Go to hell.
Archetype is a force, it has an autonomy. It can suddenly seize you. It is like a seizure.
Yes.
So, for instance, falling in love at first sight, that is such a case. You see, you have a certain image in yourself without knowing it of the woman, of the woman.
Yes.
Now you see that girl, or at least a good imitation of your type. And instantly you get a seizure and you're gone.
No. Get in! No!
And afterwards, you may discover that it was a hell of a mistake. Or, you see, a man is quite capable, he's intelligent enough to see that that woman of his choice, as one says, not no choice, he has been captured.
Yeah.
You know, he sees that she is no good at all, that she is a hell of a business. And he tells me so, and he said, for God's sake, doctor, help me to get rid of that woman. He can't. He's like clay in her fingers. And that is the archetype.
Jesus Christ, I almost hit y'all.
You won't get married.
That is so-called archetype of the anima.
Yes.
He thinks it is all his soul, you know. Like the girls, you know, when a man sings very high, then he thinks he must have a very wonderful spiritual character because he can sing the high C. And she's badly disappointed when she marries that particular number.
Uncle Bob!
Hey, bud!
How you feeling?
Oh, real good.
Good?
Stop off at Gilly's on the way over here?
No. I wanted to, but Pam didn't wake me up on time. I was so goddamn mad, I'll tell you. I don't know, I guess she just don't want me being where Sissy is or something.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Sissy today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What'd she say?
Well, not very much. She gave me the finger, I gave her the finger. And, well, I guess it's over. I don't know.
In the unconscious, one is unfortunately in the same situation as in a moonlit landscape. All the contents are blurred and merge into one another, and one never knows exactly what or where anything is, or where one thing begins and ends. This is known as the contamination of unconscious contents. When Jung called one aspect of the unconscious personality the shadow, he was referring to a relatively well-defined factor. But sometimes everything that is unknown to the ego is mixed up with the shadow, including even the most valuable and highest forces. In a case when the dream itself does not make things clear, the conscious personality will have to make the decision. If the shadow figure contains valuable, vital forces, they ought to be assimilated into actual experience and not repressed. It is up to the ego to give up its pride and priggishness and to live out something that seems to be dark, but actually may not be.
You know, Bud, sometimes even a cowboy's got to swallow his pride to hold on to somebody he loves.
What do you mean?
Hell, I know. I pretty near lost Corrine and the kids a couple of times just cause of pride. You know, you think that old pride's going to choke you going down, but I tell you what, there ain't a night goes by that I don't thank the boss up there for giving me a big enough throat. Because without Corrine and them kids, hell, I'd just be another old pile of dog shit in the cantaloupe patch, just drawing flies.
I guess so.
Think about it, Bud. Pride's one of them 7 deadlies, you know what I mean?
Bob?
Yes, sir.
6309, engage it for me, will you?
You betcha.
Thanks, partner. You boys go up there and help Bud.
Dr. Jung put forward a new concept that he called synchronicity. This term means a meaningful coincidence of outer and inner events that are not themselves causally connected. The emphasis lies on the word meaningful. If an aircraft crashes before my eyes as I am blowing my nose, this is a coincidence of events that has no meaning. It is simply a chance occurrence of a kind that happens all the time. But if I bought a blue frock and by mistake the shop delivered a black one on the day one of my near relatives died, this would be a meaningful coincidence. The two events are not causally related, but they are connected by the symbolic meaning that our society gives to the color black. Wherever Dr. Jung observed such coincidences in an individual's life, It seemed, as the individual's dreams revealed, that there was an archetype activated in the unconscious of the individual concerned.
What you guys doing here?
Good evening, bud.
Come to help me?
They called a bunch of us out here. It's gonna rain tonight.
Well, that's good, because I thought I was going to do this all alone. Help me, come on.
All right. God damn, beat that light. Matter, 4-inch automatic. God damn. Whoa, shit.
Sensation tells you that there is something. Thinking, roughly speaking, tells you what it is. Feeling tells you whether it is agreeable or not, to be accepted or not, accepted or rejected.
Yes.
And intuition, now there is a difficulty.
Yes.
You don't know ordinarily how intuition works. So when a man has a hunch, you can't tell exactly how he got at that hunch or where that hunch comes from. It is something funny about intuition.
Sissy?
Get out of here, bud. I mean it.
I got to talk to you.
Look, Wes is in Gillies and we're leaving.
I know you're leaving. But I just want to tell you something. I'm hard-headed. And I'm prideful. And I want to apologize clear back to when I hit you the first time. I love you, Sissy.
I love you too.
You do? Look, Sissy, I didn't know you came to the trailer that day. If I had known that, I'd have called you, but you tore up that note. Shit, you can ride that goddamn bull anytime you want.
I don't want to ride it.
And look, screw Mexico, because we can do anything we want. What happened to your face?
Got hit.
Did he hit you? I'm gonna kill him.
Now just leave him alone. Bye!
Wes, what's going on? Oh, shit.
Bud, you put it on his ass pretty good. Hey, y'all get it back in the club. It's all over with. Let's go. Get back in the club.
Come on, Bud. I'll buy you a beer.
No way. We're going home. Come on.